Welcome back to the Lunch Hour with Mr. Credit. And today, it's Thrive Thursday on ESPN Radio 1700.
Welcome back. This is Mr. Credit Radio Hour with Ron Greenwald, your host. In studio, we have Bruce McPherson, Security One Lending. Bruce is a certified reverse mortgage professional, and we were chatting about the idea of using a reverse mortgage to purchase a home. So I'll give kind of the overview of that, and then I'm going to give Bruce is going to have some real-life examples of how to do that. And again, for those that know me personally, you know my rants are always about that people that are taking advantage of our seniors. It's an epidemic out there, and so I encourage you, if you have mom and dad or grandma and grandpa, please check on them and see how they're doing and making sure there aren't strange people coming in and out of their house and that they're not passing along accidentally their social security number, their checking accounts, or any information to anybody.
Or falling victim to it. You know, there's a scam. There's people out there who will pretend that they're going to provide a reverse mortgage, and they'll collect a big upfront fee, which is not how reverse mortgages work. You're not supposed to pay. You're not supposed to pay hardly anything up front except for the appraisal, and then they just disappear after collecting that money.
Really?
I just had a customer or prospective customer call me a week ago because they want to get a reverse mortgage, and they just got ripped off by this person who had said that they would provide them with one.
Well, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, and be on the lookout for scams.
The IRS does not call you. They send you nasty letters. I grant you that one.
Yeah.
But they do not call you. And those are scams. You know, IRS scams are out there.
Yeah.
The grandma, grandpa, I'm in jail scam. Wire me money. There is no legitimate foreign lottery. It's not happening. So if you have any help on that, please get a hold of email Mr. Credit, and we will get you information on that. But let's go back, because that's why Bruce is a certified reverse mortgage professional. He's an educator first, makes a living doing reverse mortgages by educating clients and their families as to what is the best thing to do for mom and dad, grandma and grandpa. So a reverse mortgage purchase, again, the idea is they have grandma and grandpa have lived in a two-story home for many, many years. We all are looking for the downsize into that one-story home, so we're not going up and down the stairs. It's just a lot safer. And they can do that via a purchase. So, Bruce, give us an example of how that might work.
Sure. First, just to clarify for people out there who might be confused by this, you know, although traditionally a reverse mortgage has been a flexible financial tool for pulling equity out of an existing home that you currently own, the reverse mortgage purchase is when you buy a home and you finance the purchase of that home by getting the reverse mortgage on that home as you're buying it instead of a regular mortgage. So here's an example. I'm going to give you some of the math here. So let's say you're 75 years old. The reason I'm mentioning age is the percentage that we can loan, you know, the loan to value ratio that we can loan based on the government formula is based partly on your age. It's also based a lot on interest rates, and right now rates are really low, and that really means that's good news. That means we can loan the most money possible right now. So let's say you're 75 years old and you're buying a home. You want to buy a home for $500,000. The reverse mortgage will provide $292,000 of that purchase price. So your down payment would be $208,000. So imagine being able to buy a home without ever having to make a mortgage payment, because that's the way these work. So it's as if you bought it with cash, because there's no monthly payment to make ever, guaranteed, as long as you live there. And yet at the same time, you haven't had to pull $500,000 out of your investment portfolio. You've only had to pull $208,000 out.
And that will generally come from if they're selling a home, obviously.
Yeah, if you're down, that's right. In this case, yeah, you're right. We're talking about downsizing. So that $208,000 can come from the proceeds of the home that you sold. So you can keep a lot more of the sale proceeds in your pocket. Put it in your investment savings, in your portfolio. Make it grow for you instead of spending it all to be a cash buyer. So this can be a great option. Now, just to illustrate how much of an effect interest rates have on that formula, let's say you wait a year before you do it, and then during that year, what if interest rates rise just 1%? And so you decide to apply then. And I'm assuming that, the interest rate on the reverse mortgage would, have gone up in line with regular rates. So let's say you apply at that time when rates are higher. Instead of being able to qualify for $292,000, you would only qualify for $229,000. That's a big difference.
What was it? Give me those numbers again.
Instead of $292,000, you'd only qualify for $229,000.
Wow.
So that's a little bit more than
$63,000.
That's right, $63,000
by
difference.
1 percentage point.
Just if rates just go up 1 percentage point, that's a big difference.
That's a big number.
Interest rates have a huge effect on this formula, and that's something you never hear about if you're reading the general articles in the media about this. They never talk about that. They just say, oh, it depends on how old you are, but your age is only one factor. Interest rates are an even more important
It's somewhat
factor.
based on actuarial tables.
Right.
So that's how, in terms of the age factor, the interest rate factor.
And now once you have your reverse mortgage, if interest rates go up after that, it does not decrease the amount of money that's available to you. So if you're doing a traditional reverse mortgage and you want to have the money just sitting in the reverse mortgage line of credit, it's always going to be there growing for you no matter what happens with rates. But so, here's an example where if you wait and do it when rates are higher, the down payment would be, $270,000 instead of today it would be only $207,000. It's a big difference, $63,000 difference.
That's a big number.
And so now's a great time to buy a home, and here's another example of why now's a good time to buy. Low rates.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge fan of these single-story homes. I wish we could have more of them in San Diego. With Rancho Bernardo, Poway really is the hub of single-story homes, or in certain areas. But it's a great idea.
And just to clarify for people who aren't familiar with the reverse mortgage at all, when I'm talking about rates, I don't want people to get the incorrect idea that you have to make interest payments. The interest is simply added to the loan balance over time, and it'll come due someday when you're gone. If you sell your home, or if you permanently move out and never come back, or if you pass away.
Yeah, and so again, for those that there's a rule, and I'm not going to describe the rule of 72, but what it takes your loan balance to double. So again, if you borrow $200,000 today, and let's say the average interest rate is 4%. I mean, let's just use that. I mean, I know it's been a lot lower than that now, but even if we use 4%. It's going to take almost 20 years, not quite 20, like 18 years.
Well, full disclosure, I should point out that the interest rate, we can do a rate that's 3.99% fixed rate, but no matter what the rate is, whether you choose a fixed or a variable rate, the government adds 1.25% on top of that rate. That's the government's mortgage insurance premium, because the federal government insures these loans. I mean, this was created by Congress in 1989. Regulated by HUD, and it's insured by the FHA, Federal Housing Administration.
And that's why you got to call Bruce, who's a certified reverse mortgage professional, because he is going to have full disclosure, tell you your options as to how to structure these deals, whether you do it. I mean, if you're not purchasing, you can do an equity line. There's all kinds of ways to do that. So the toll-free number, 866-223-7174, 866-223-7174. You're not like an attorney. You're not going to charge for consultation.
Right. I do free consultations.
We all do free consultations.
Yep. I love educating people about the program. If you have a financial advisor, an accountant, a
bring
realtor,
them to the table.
Yeah, I'll meet with you at your home or at your advisor's office. The advisors really enjoy these meetings because they learn a lot. The vast majority of advisors, whether they're attorneys or accountants, financial advisors, the vast majority of them have no idea how this works. They still believe the same old myths that everybody believes.
Mainstream media, we're going to have to...
the mainstream media has not been educating people properly.
We're going to have to get you... I know you're not a Twitter guy, but we're going to have to get you on Twitter to start putting out the real stuff. Hashtag certified reverse mortgage. That's what we're going to do. Hashtag Bruce McPherson certified reverse mortgage professional. Hashtag.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Start hashtagging that.
Yeah, but in the meantime... Meantime, just call me on my toll-free number. I'm not going to do a sales pitch. I just educate. I've never had to sell a reverse mortgage. It sells itself if it's the right fit.
If it's the right thing to do.
And I've provided over 800, probably 900 of these throughout San Diego County by now, and I have very happy clients.
Yeah, so you've got the track record, you got the professional, and you have a great company behind you, Security One Lending. They've been around for a while.
Yeah, and we are now the largest full-service reverse mortgage company. And full service means we don't resell the servicing. We do it all in-house, so there's no runaround. We're, of course, a direct lender. We're, at the top of the heap. And we're, full service also means in person. I'll meet with you and your advisor. I'll meet with you at your home, whatever is best. You're not just dealing with some call center somewhere.
Right. No call centers and no fancy chicken dinner.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I attended one of those seminars once that somebody else did, and they didn't provide information. It was just a sales pitch.
Right.
And that's not how I operate.
And if it's do never give money up front, and just really call the right person to get educated properly to see if it's the right thing for you, and bring everybody. Have a little barbecue for when Bruce comes over, so everybody can get an understanding of what's going on.
Yeah, don't talk to somebody who is going to charge you thousands of dollars up front. That's not how these work. That means they're a fraudster. Right. If somebody claims that they're with the government and they're providing this, they're not telling the truth. The government does not provide these. The government insures them and regulates them, and they created the program, but you can't get it from the government. So beware.
Oh, be careful out there. Do not pick up the phone. You call Bruce. Call Bruce. There, 866-223-7174. Hang around. Do not go away. I think we have somebody on the line as well, and we are going to go counterpoint on who to put on your fantasy football team this weekend, how the Chargers are going to do. We're going to talk maybe a little bit about Dean Spanos. Is it Dean anymore? Whatever. And maybe who that pick is for the Super Bowl in 2015. Don't go anywhere. You will be the smartest NFL prognosticator in town. Hang on.